Lombard Streets of San Francisco, a calming and enchanting sleep story designed to gently guide you towards restful sleep as we wander through the magic of a San Francisco evening. If you are enjoying this soothing soundscape and wish to experience more relaxing journeys like this, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more sleep stories. Before we step into the golden hour glow of San Francisco, we will begin with a short breathing guidance to help you unwind and prepare for the tranquil journey ahead. If you prefer to drift directly into the story, you can easily skip ahead to the chapters using the timestamps provided in the description below. Now, allow yourself to settle into a comfortable position, whether you are lying down or simply relaxing. Let your body be supported by your bed or chair, feeling completely at ease. Adjust your blankets or pillows to create a cozy and peaceful space just for you. This is your dedicated time to release the day's tensions and welcome a sense of calm and quiet into your evening. Let the gentle atmosphere of San Francisco during golden hour begin to wash over you, preparing you for a state of deep relaxation and peaceful contemplation. Let's take a calming breath together. Gently inhale through your nose, allowing the air to flow in smoothly and naturally, like a soft golden light filling your lungs. Then, exhale slowly and softly through your mouth, like a gentle sigh releasing any lingering stress. With each breath, feel your body softening and letting go of any tension. Imagine the warm, golden light bathing the hilly streets of San Francisco, the gentle sounds of fountains and the distant foghorns like soft melodies. Let these calming images and sensations fill your mind with peace and serenity. If your thoughts begin to drift and wander, that is perfectly natural. Simply allow them to float by, like clouds gently moving across the evening sky, and then softly guide your attention back to your breath or the sound of my voice. There is nothing else you need to do now except listen and allow the story to gently carry you towards sleep. Feel the soothing rhythm of the city as the golden hour unfolds. The quiet magic of the evening streets. Let it gently carry away any worries or concerns, leaving you with a sense of peaceful wonder. Allow yourself to be embraced by the tranquility of San Francisco's golden hour. Now, let's begin our journey into the heart of these magical streets, where gentle whispers and golden light await to guide you into a serene and restful sleep. Chapter 1. The warmth of Lombard Street. The late afternoon sun was beginning its gentle descent over the hills of San Francisco, casting a warm golden light that seemed to soften the edges of the bustling city. For Clara, a graphic designer whose days were usually a whirlwind of deadlines and digital screens, this transition from day to evening was a welcome invitation to pause. Lately, the city's vibrant energy had begun to feel less invigorating and more overwhelming. A quiet ache for peace had settled within her, a yearning for moments where the constant hum of urban life would fade into a more gentle rhythm. And so, as the clock chimed 5, signalling the official start of golden hour, Clara found herself stepping out of her apartment building and onto the familiar sidewalks of Russian Hill. She hadn't a specific destination in mind, just a vague notion to walk and breathe in the softening light. Her feet, as if guided by an unseen hand, led her towards Lombard Street, known for its whimsical curves and vibrant floral displays. It was a place she had visited countless times, yet today, in this soft, golden light, it felt different, imbued with a subtle, almost whispered magic. As she began her stroll down the famous brick path, the air itself seemed to shimmer with a golden luminescence. The late afternoon sun, filtering through the leaves of the trees lining the street, painted dappled patterns on the brickwork, each brick glowing with a warm, inviting hue. Clara noticed the flowers, usually bright and cheerful, now seemed to possess an inner light, their petals almost translucent in the honeyed sunlight. The vibrant pinks of the geraniums, the soft yellows of the pansies, and the deep purples of the petunias seemed to glow from within, radiating a gentle warmth that eased her senses. The usual sounds of the city, the distant rumble of traffic, the chatter of pedestrians, seemed to soften and recede, replaced by a more delicate soundscape. The gentle rustle of leaves in the light breeze, the soft murmur of voices from passers-by, and the distant chime of a cable car bell, all blended into a soothing, almost melodic hum. It was as if the golden light itself was absorbing the harsher sounds, leaving only the gentlest notes to linger in the air. She closed her eyes for a moment, breathing deeply, and noticed a new scent, a subtle sweetness that she couldn't quite place, yet found utterly delightful. Opening her eyes, Clara realized it was the scent of jasmine, subtly perfuming the air. She looked around, and there, cascading over a garden fence, were sprays of white jasmine blossoms, their delicate stars releasing their fragrance into the golden hour air. It was a scent she had often encountered in the city, but today it felt richer, more pronounced, as if the golden light had somehow amplified its sweetness. She inhaled deeply again, letting the floral aroma fill her lungs, feeling a sense of calm begin to settle over her, like a gentle blanket unfolding. She continued her slow descent down Lombard Street, her pace unhurried, her attention drawn to the smallest details around her. The way the golden light caught the edges of the leaves, making them appear like gilded lace, the intricate patterns of the brickwork underfoot, each brick worn smooth by time and footsteps, the gentle sway of the flowers in the soft breeze, their colours shifting and changing in the ever-softening light. Each observation was a small anchor in the present moment, drawing her further away from the day's worries and deeper into a state of quiet contemplation. As she reached the bottom of Lombard Street, a sense of gentle peace had begun to blossom within her. The golden hour warmth had seeped into her senses, softening the edges of her anxieties and replacing them with a quiet sense of wonder. The city, usually a source of her stress, now felt different, gentler, almost magical in its golden light embrace. She paused, looking back up the winding street, now bathed in an even deeper golden hue as the sun dipped lower, a soft smile gracing her lips. This simple walk, this gentle immersion in the golden hour of Lombard Street, had been like a balm to her spirit. The subtle magic of the light, the whispering scents, the softened sounds, all had conspired to create a pocket of tranquility in the heart of the city, and as Clara turned to continue her morning stroll, she carried with her a newfound lightness, a quiet sense of peace that promised to linger long after the golden hour had faded into twilight. Chapter 2. Whispers in Washington Square Park. The next evening, as golden hour approached once more, Clara found herself drawn to Washington Square Park. The memory of the gentle peace she had discovered on Lombard Street lingered, a soft invitation to explore further the city's quiet corners. Washington Square Park, a familiar green space nestled amidst the city's grid, beckoned with its promise of open sky and rustling trees. She walked towards it with a sense of gentle anticipation, curious to see how the park would reveal itself under the spell of the golden light. As she entered the park gates, the warm light of the setting sun enveloped her, painting the scene in hues of amber and gold. The trees, ancient and grand, cast long dancing shadows across the pathways and lawns, creating intricate patterns of light and shade. The air felt still and calm, a welcome contrast to the usual city bustle just beyond the park's borders. Clara wandered along a winding path, her footsteps soft on the gravel, her gaze drawn to the play of light and shadow all around her. Reaching the central fountain, she found a quiet bench facing the gentle cascade of water. The fountain, a familiar landmark, seemed to glow in the golden light, its stone basin reflecting the warm hues of the sky. The sound of the water was soft and rhythmic, a gentle splashing and murmuring that filled the air with a sense of tranquility. She sat down, letting out a soft sigh of contentment, and closed her eyes for a moment, simply listening to the soothing sounds of the park. Opening her eyes again, Clara began to observe the people around her. A young artist sat on a nearby bench, sketching in a notebook, their brow furrowed in concentration, yet their movements gentle and deliberate. Further away, a couple strolled hand in hand along a path, their voices hushed and soft, their presence radiating a quiet affection. Near the playground, children laughed, their sounds light and airy, carrying on the gentle breeze like playful notes of music. There was a sense of peaceful coexistence, of shared space and quiet enjoyment that settled over the park in the golden hour. As Clara watched, a gentle breeze stirred through the leaves of the trees overhead. The leaves rustled softly, creating a whispering sound, like secrets being shared among the branches. It was a subtle, almost imperceptible sound, yet it seemed to carry a message of calm and quietude. She leaned back against the bench, listening intently, imagining the trees were sharing gentle stories of the park, tales of countless golden hours past, of moments of peace and quiet joy witnessed beneath their leafy canopy. The whispering leaves, combined with the soft splashing of the fountain and the gentle murmur of voices, created a soothing symphony of sound. Clara felt a sense of connection to the park, to the trees, to the people around her, a feeling of being part of something larger, something peaceful and harmonious. The city outside the park's boundaries seemed to fade away, replaced by this enclosed world of gentle sounds and golden light. A quiet understanding began to bloom within her, a sense of belonging and ease she hadn't realized she was seeking. She spent a long while sitting by the fountain, simply observing and listening, letting the golden hour magic work its gentle spell. The park, bathed in the warm light and filled with soft whispers, felt like a sanctuary, a place of refuge from the everyday world. The anxieties and stresses of the day seemed to melt away, replaced by a profound sense of calm and quiet joy. She breathed deeply, filling her lungs with the fresh, golden hour air, feeling a sense of gratitude for this unexpected moment of peace in the heart of the city. As the sun began to dip further towards the horizon, casting even longer shadows and deepening the golden hues, Clara knew it was time to leave Washington Square Park, but she carried with her the gentle whispers of the leaves, the soothing murmur of the fountain, and the quiet sense of connection she had found there. The magic of the golden hour in the park had woven itself into her spirit, leaving behind a lasting sense of serenity and a deeper appreciation for the simple beauty and quiet enchantments hidden within the city. Chapter 3. Sunset hues on the painted ladies. The following evening, as the familiar warmth of golden hour began to permeate the city, Clara felt a gentle pull towards Alamo Square. She had seen countless photographs of the iconic painted ladies, those charming Victorian houses lined up against the San Francisco skyline, but she had never witnessed them bathed in the full glory of a sunset. The idea of seeing these architectural gems illuminated by the soft, fading light held a particular allure, a promise of beauty and tranquility that resonated deeply within her. With a sense of quiet anticipation, she set off towards Alamo Square, ready to immerse herself in the sunset spectacle. As she arrived at the park, nestled on the grassy hill of Alamo Square, the view unfolded before her like a painting coming to life. The painted ladies stood in a row, their ornate facades glowing in the warm, golden light. Each house seemed to possess its own unique character. Their pastel colours, soft blues, gentle greens and warm yellows, intensified and softened simultaneously by the setting sun. They were like jewels, each facet catching and reflecting the light in a dazzling yet gentle display. Clara settled onto the grassy slope, finding a comfortable spot to watch the unfolding sunset. The sky above the painted ladies was a canvas of ever-changing hues. Starting with a clear, bright blue, it was now melting into shades of soft orange and delicate pink, tinged with hints of lavender and gold. The colours flowed seamlessly into one another, creating a breathtaking gradient of light and shade. It was a spectacle of natural artistry, a slow, graceful transformation that held her gaze captive. The golden light bathed not only the houses and the sky, but also the park itself. The grass took on a richer, deeper green. The trees cast long, languid shadows, and even the air seemed to shimmer with a golden dust. A gentle breeze rustled through the leaves, carrying with it the faint scent of salt and sea air from the nearby bay. In the distance, the soft, mournful sound of foghorns drifted in, their low, melodic sighs adding to the peaceful atmosphere, a soothing counterpoint to the visual beauty unfolding before her. As the sun continued its descent, the colours in the sky deepened and intensified. The oranges became richer, the pinks more vibrant, and streaks of fiery red began to appear near the horizon. The painted ladies seemed to absorb and reflect these colours, their pastel facades now glowing with an even warmer, more ethereal light. It was a moment of pure magic, a fleeting instance of perfect beauty that seemed to suspend time itself. Watching the sunset, Clara felt a sense of timelessness wash over her. The city noises seemed to fade into a distant hum, replaced by the gentle symphony of nature's sounds. The rustling leaves, the distant foghorns, the soft whisper of the breeze. She felt deeply present in this moment, her mind quiet and still, simply observing the beauty around her. There was a profound sense of peace in witnessing this daily miracle, this gentle transition from day to night. She closed her eyes for a moment, breathing deeply, letting the scent of the sea air and the soft sounds of the city envelop her. A sense of calm settled over her, deeper and more profound than she had experienced before. It was as if the sunset itself was washing away any remaining tension, leaving behind only a quiet sense of wonder and gratitude. She felt connected to the beauty of the world, to the rhythm of nature, and to the peaceful magic of the golden hour. As the last sliver of sun dipped below the horizon, and the sky began to transition into twilight hues of deeper blues and purples, Clara slowly rose from her spot on the grassy hill. The painted ladies, now silhouetted against the fading light, still held a quiet charm, their outlines softened by the approaching dusk. She carried with her the memory of the sunset hues, the gentle scents, and the profound sense of peace she had discovered on Alamo Square, knowing that this golden hour magic would continue to soothe and sustain her through the evening and beyond. Chapter 4. Reflections on Russian Hill Steps. The gentle exploration of San Francisco's golden hour had become a cherished ritual for Clara. Each evening, as the days softened into the embrace of the setting sun, she found herself drawn to a new corner of the city, eager to discover the quiet magic it held. This evening, her feet led her to Russian Hill, a neighbourhood known for its steep slopes and charming, winding streets. She had a vague memory of reading about hidden staircases tucked away in this area, green pathways that offered glimpses of unexpected beauty and tranquility. It was these hidden staircases that now beckoned, promising a new kind of golden hour discovery. Wandering along a quiet street on Russian Hill, Clara noticed a narrow opening between two buildings, almost hidden from casual view. A set of stone steps descended into a verdant embrace, disappearing into a tunnel of green foliage. Intrigued, she stepped closer, noticing a small, unassuming sign that simply read, "Velvet Steps." This was it. One of the hidden staircases she had vaguely remembered. A sense of gentle curiosity drew her forward, and she began to descend, leaving the street behind and entering a different world. As she walked down the steps, the city sounds seemed to recede almost instantly, replaced by a different, more intimate soundscape. The gentle rustling of leaves overhead, the soft chirping of birds hidden in the foliage, and the delicate trickle of water nearby created a hushed and peaceful atmosphere. The air grew cooler and damper, carrying a fresh, earthy scent, a blend of damp soil, ferns, and moss. It was a sensory shift, a move from the open expanse of the city to a secret, enclosed world. The golden light, filtering through the dense canopy of leaves above, dappled the stone steps in warm, shifting patterns. Sunlight streamed through the gaps in the foliage, creating pools of brightness on the mossy stones, illuminating the vibrant green of ferns and the intricate textures of tree bark. The light was softer here, more diffused, creating a sense of gentle enclosure and dappled shade. It was a world sculpted by light and shadow, a secret garden hidden within the urban landscape. Continuing her descent, Clara noticed the source of the trickling water, a small, hidden fountain nestled amongst the greenery. Water cascaded gently over moss-covered stones into a small basin, its sound a constant, soothing murmur. The fountain was tucked away, almost invisible unless one looked closely, adding to the sense of discovery and hidden beauty. She paused beside it, listening to the gentle flow of water, feeling a sense of calm deepen within her. Looking upwards, back towards the street she had just left, Clara saw the city framed by the archway of greenery above the steps. The buildings in the distance, softened by the golden light and filtered through the leaves, appeared almost dreamlike, distant and unreal. From this vantage point, nestled within the green embrace of the filbert steps, the city seemed to transform, becoming less imposing and more like a beautiful backdrop to this secret garden. She realised the city's magic wasn't just in the grand vistas, but also in these quiet, hidden corners, waiting to be discovered. Slowly, she continued her walk down the steps, taking her time, absorbing the sensory richness of the environment. Each step was a gentle descent into tranquility, a further removal from the everyday world, and a deeper immersion into the quiet magic of the golden hour. The air was cool and refreshing against her skin, the earthy scents grounding and calming, the soft sounds a gentle lullaby to her senses. She felt a profound sense of peace, a quiet joy in simply being present in this hidden green haven. As she reached the bottom of the filbert steps, emerging onto another quiet street, Clara paused, looking back up at the verdant staircase she had just descended. It felt like she had stepped through a portal, leaving behind the ordinary world and entering a secret realm of golden hour magic. She carried with her the dappled light, the soft sounds of water and bird song, and the earthy scent of the hidden staircase, a secret treasure to be held within her heart, a reminder that even within the bustling city, pockets of profound peace and beauty awaited discovery. Chapter 5. Golden glow on the Ferry building. For her final golden hour exploration, Clara felt an inexplicable pull towards the Ferry building marketplace. It was a place of vibrant energy during the day, a bustling hub of food stalls and artisan shops, but she sensed that even here, amidst the activity, golden hour could weave its calming spell. The Ferry building, with its waterfront location and grand architecture, seemed to hold a promise of a different kind of golden hour magic, a blend of urban vitality softened by the approaching evening light. She walked towards it with a sense of gentle culmination, feeling that this journey was leading her to a satisfying close. As she approached the Ferry building, the golden hour light was indeed casting a warm glow upon the scene. The building's clock tower, a San Francisco landmark, stood tall against the softening sky, its stone facade illuminated with a honeyed hue. The marketplace, though still lively, felt calmer than usual, the energy gentler, the pace slower. The air was filled with a delightful medley of scents, the aroma of freshly baked bread, the fragrance of blooming flowers from the flower stalls, and the ever-present tang of the sea air from the bay. Clara walked through the marketplace, enjoying the sensory richness of the scene. The sounds were a comforting mix of gentle chatter, soft music drifting from a nearby stall, and the distant cries of seagulls. Even the bustling energy of the marketplace seemed muted and softened by the golden light, creating an atmosphere that was both vibrant and peaceful. She paused at a flower stall, inhaling the sweet fragrance of roses and lilies, the colours intensified by the warm light, feeling a sense of joy in their simple beauty. Emerging from the marketplace onto the waterfront promenade, Clara was greeted by the expansive view of the bay. The water shimmered in the golden light, reflecting the warm hues of the sky like liquid gold. Ferries glided across the water, their wakes leaving trails of shimmering light behind them. A gentle breeze blew in from the bay, carrying with it the crisp scent of salt and the soft sounds of lapping waves against the piers. It was a scene of serene beauty, a perfect blend of urban landscape and natural elements. She began to walk along the waterfront, her footsteps light on the wooden planks of the promenade. The air felt fresh and invigorating, yet also calming and peaceful. She watched the ferries move across the water, their steady rhythm adding to the sense of tranquility. The golden light danced on the water, creating a mesmerizing display of shimmering reflections, drawing her gaze and calming her mind. Reaching a quiet bench overlooking the bay, Clara decided to pause and simply absorb the scene. She sat down, letting out a soft sigh of contentment, and gazed out at the water, watching as the last rays of the sun began to dip towards the horizon. The sky transformed into a canvas of deepening oranges, pinks, and purples, reflecting in the still waters of the bay. It was a breathtaking spectacle, a grand finale to her golden hour journeys. As the sun finally dipped below the horizon, and the sky began to transition into the soft hues of twilight, a sense of profound peace settled within Clara. She had explored different corners of San Francisco during golden hour, each place revealing its own unique charm and quiet magic, from the winding curves of Lombard Street to the hidden staircases of Russian Hill, from the whispering trees of Washington Square Park to the sunset hues of Alamo Square. Each experience had contributed to a growing sense of calm and connection to the city. And now, here at the Ferry building, overlooking the shimmering bay, she felt a sense of completion, a quiet gratitude for the simple beauty and unexpected tranquility she had discovered. The golden glow lingered, even as the sun disappeared, casting a warm, ethereal light over the Ferry building and the waterfront, as the city lights began to twinkle, mirroring the stars beginning to appear in the darkening sky. Clara rose from the bench, carrying with her the lasting warmth of the golden hour. The magic of these evening strolls had woven itself into her being, leaving behind a profound sense of peace and a new appreciation for the quiet enchantments hidden within the vibrant tapestry of San Francisco. The calm she had found in the golden hour streets would now accompany her, a gentle and sustaining presence as she moved forward into the evening.